If you've been in real estate for more than a minute, you've probably had this experience. Maybe you went to a conference or you were looking on the internet and you picked up some scripts from a top producer, something that they swore by. They're full of clever objection handlers and psychological tricks to get a client to say yes. But as you read the words, your stomach tightens. You think, if I say this, I'm going to sound like a pushy salesman. And that just isn't who I am. And I'm going to be the first to admit it. I learned this lesson a long time ago, that wasn't the way that I was. Back in the 80s, I was trying to, I was actually selling vacuum cleaners. And we had our scripts, they made it, we memorized the scripts and we had to practice them and learn how to be what I guess you might call a shark. One afternoon though, I forced myself to use one of those cold calling scripts and it actually turned out that it worked, but I felt like an absolute fraud. And to be honest, I was actually kind of glad when the people canceled the order and I had to go pick up the vacuum cleaner. But, trying to be an eagle when I'm a relational golden eagle just doesn't work for me. But here's the truth, that coaching, sometimes doesn't always tell you. You'll never outperform the story that you tell yourself. If you're forcing a script that causes internal friction, you won't execute it consistently. At the Real Estate DNA Collective, we don't believe in one size fits all. We believe in an aligned persona method. We call it the Nova Pulse agent method. Success in this business doesn't come from pretending to be an aggressive hunter. It comes from discovering your unique sales animal DNA. So if you're a golden retriever, your superpower is a deep, loyal, relationship building one. If you're an owl, your superpower is precise market data and analytical depth. When you align your prospecting with your natural behavioral strengths, the friction disappears and your transition will go from a relentless, exhausting grind to a steady, predictable flow. You don't have to wear a mask to succeed in real estate. If you're tired of the pressure to act like someone you're not, I invite you to join us inside the Real Estate DNA Collective. We're a community of agents focused on building relational, authentic businesses that last. So click the link below to join us. Let's build a business that actually feels like home. I hope to see you there. All the best.